The nationwide strike initiated by the Nigeria Labour Congress commenced on Tuesday, revealing partial compliance within various sectors of the economy. The NLC, in collaboration with its affiliate, the Trade Union Congress, declared an indefinite strike starting from November 14, 2023. The decision to launch the strike was driven by alleged infractions and encroachments on workers' rights, including the assaults on NLC President Comrade Ajaero and the government's persistent refusal to implement agreed-upon measures. Additional grievances encompassed the non-payment of backlog salaries, pensions, discriminatory salary practices, and non-compliance with the national minimum wage. Despite an ex-parte application filed by the federal government and the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice seeking to restrain the unions from proceeding with the planned strike, approximately 19 unions defied the court's order. This defiance raises questions about potential implications across various sectors and the government's response to the workers' demands. Recall that in September, the organized private sector of Nigeria issued a warning to the NLC and the TUC, underscoring the substantial threat that strike actions pose to the country's economy. Well, still on the NLC strike, businesses were partially affected while financial institutions rendered skeletal activities, even as workers under the employment of the Oyo State government resumed their duty post in defiance of a directive by the national leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress and its affiliate Trade Union Congress, who had directed them to stay off their duty posts indefinitely. Meanwhile, a cross-section of Nigerians who spoke with newsmen lamented the worsening economic situation in the country, which they say will be made worse with a strike action.
Before, like yesterday, at least, we thank God about our business. But today, there is strike, everything just do. Even all days, the Batman, they are all complaining that there is no market today. So it really affects us much and much. The only is that I want government to consider everybody, because all this, what we call it strike, it will affect all segments, it will affect all sections. So government should consider all the workers and everybody, so for everything to be okay.
Here in Oyo State, it doesn't have any effect. So that's all I can say. The government, both the government and the labor leaders should sit down and find a lasting solution. What I mean by that is a resolution. Try to sit down, because the reason for this a nationwide strike is because our NLC president was brutalized, and we don't want such a thing to the reoccurrence in the future, and we have to stop it now. We have to do something needful, and in the government side, government needs to do the needful, in order to curb all this thing not to happen in the future.
Well, the situation is worrisome in town. Everything is scarce, even money is scarce, you don't see anything. You see people begging around, even supposedly well-to-do people begging around, people parking their cars because they can't afford fuel. And it's such a situation that is very worrying, very alarming. And you are now talking of another round of indefinite strike. From where I'm coming from, go to EBDC at least to purchase energy. The place is short, so that means I cannot have electricity for God knows how long, until when they decide to start work again. And I'm glad at least I could get into the bank and make some transaction. But all in all, the government has to do something about this. We cannot continue like this.
We need to exercise some patience with this government, because where they are heading to, although due to what had happened before, from the past experience, some have come with the failures with what they promised to do. We need to reason with this present government and look at what they said they want to do during campaign. Let's watch and see it. Like myself now, all of us are in this. So you understand me, but we have to say it. This thing is not easy at all. But I think that out of nonsense there is sense, and at the end of the day I pray for something better